What's up, guys? West Coast Picks here, and today I'm going to talk about a sensitive topic, and that is raking versus picking. And a lot of you guys already know that I don't like raking, and I'm going to pick these open and then we're going to rake them open, or at least one of them anyway, and I'm pretty sure you could tell right now which one's going to rake open and which one won't. So let's get at it. First one, there's the second. So the reason I pick them open first is a baseline, so we can see, how long it actually takes to pick into one of these. Now let's try raking them. We'll start with this one, because as I'm sure you guys know, it's the only one that's going to rake open. I chose these locks because they're essentially the same. They're both 4-pin, they both have open keyways, and neither one of them have security pins. So, let's give this thing some raking. There we go. It's got a little bit of a high cut in there somewhere, but otherwise it's pretty even. Now, let's try raking this one open. And as I'm trying to rake this one open, I'm going to talk a little bit more about why I don't rake. And that is because I get a certain amount of satisfaction out of picking locks. I don't get that same satisfaction out of raking at all. This is a hobby for me, and I don't absolutely need to get into locks in record time. I do this to advance my skill set. I do this for fun and a sense of satisfaction, the sense of accomplishment when you actually get one open. And I don't get any of that from raking at all. Also, as you could probably tell, all it takes to stop you from raking a lock is a little bit of an extreme bidding, not even much, just a little bit, and now you're not getting into that lock. As you can tell by me sawing away at this thing, making fine brass dust all day and not actually getting it open, because all it takes, guys, is one little high cut and you're screwed. It's not going to work now. And I know a lot of you guys are saying, oh, well, if you practice the skill, you'll be able to do some of those things better. But, there's nothing that a hook can't get me into. Every single pin tumbler lock I've ever bought and tried picking, I've been able to pick open with a hook. I'd say maybe 5% of them could be raked open, maybe. And that's because the selling features of a lock that I look for, and what you should all be looking for, are you want, something like this Avis. It's about the same price as this Fortress, and probably about a third of the price of this Master. And it has a nice paracentric keyway, it has security pins, and it has a pretty decent bidding. I mean, this one's not going to be raked open either. But this is a 5-pin, so I didn't want to, compare the two. These are essentially both Masters, because the Fortress is just a Master clone. So this is what we look for in a lock. When we have locks like this, guys, we end the videos by saying it's a piece of crap, don't buy it, don't lock your stuff up with it, don't get this lock. Because that's what's required for you to be able to reliably rake into a lock, is it has to have a fairly even bidding, it has to have no security pins. Some people can rake locks with security pins after they've practiced quite a bit, but if it has a crazy bidding, you're not going to rake it. And if it has a paracentric keyway, well, you're not even going to get your rake in there. So, all it takes to slow you down for raking is one of those two things. You either have a decent bidding or a paracentric keyway, and you're done. That's it. And like I said, when I look for locks with paracentric keyways. I always constantly say I got the one with the best bidding, because that's what I look for. and security pins. I mean, everything else we call it a crap lock and warn people not to buy it. But that's pretty much all you're going to be able to reliably rake into. So that's why I don't do it. I don't get the same sense of satisfaction. I don't get the same sense of accomplishment. I don't have the same excitement. I don't feel like I've accomplished anything. I don't feel good after I rake open a lock. I get that feeling after I actually pick open the lock. I use my skill and I pick that lock open. Raking doesn't give me any of that. And the types of locks that you can rake open, we usually call them crap locks. So that's just the way I see it, guys, based on the facts as I see them. That's my opinion. I mean, a lot of you guys are going to disagree with me, and you're more than welcome to comment below or rage quit or whatever you got to do, but that's just the way I see it, and I thought I'd put that actual information out there for people, because when I first started picking, I thought rakes were the way to go. I thought, oh, look, they're so fancy, and people are getting into locks so quick with them. And then I went and bought a bunch, and I realized very quickly that there's not many locks that these rakes will actually open. So it's just a gimmick as far as I'm concerned. If I was a locksmith and time was of the essence, then yes, I would probably try raking a lock before I tried picking it. Spend at least 30 seconds to a minute raking a lock before you tried picking it. Only because, there's a chance that it might open. But even that being said, I mean, I opened this one in about the same amount of time that it took to rake it open. I opened it with a hook, so the locks that you can rake open, you can usually pick open just as fast or maybe a couple seconds longer, and that's it. So to me, there's no point in raking. I don't get the satisfaction, I don't get the enjoyment. It's not conducive to my hobby, which is why you never see me rake, guys. It's going to be hook all the way. Anyway, I hope I didn't piss anyone off too much. If I did, I apologize in advance. This isn't, towards anybody in particular or anything. This is just my opinion, and take it or leave it. Alright, guys, later.